I've not used this before, so I'm just trying it out.
Hey man, it's been too long since we sat down and that just feels wrong. Allow me to give my head a shake, open my eyes and fix a mistake. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit a rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Hey buddy, no strangers here. These times I hold them dear. My door's open, so come on in. This was great, let's do it again. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly. Do you wanna come over? Just like the old times, we'll hit pause and then hit rewind. You wanna come over? Just like the old days, and we'll watch the time just fly.
We are off the back of a really, really awesome episode of ORAB. Kyle was our guest. I haven't even had time to change the background, but that's okay because the artwork is so good. We'll leave it up anyway. I wonder if I can make it look. Yeah, how cool is that? So we're just talking to Kyle Petchcock, who is a great artist. We talked about G.I. Joe art today, but they also do all sorts of other epic pieces. So that was fun. It was a fun hangout, and I felt bad because we didn't really get to. We went through so many slides. We didn't get to. I feel get to know him on a more personal level. So I'm hoping to bring him back and rectifying that. Hans has said that he can't make it today. He's not feeling well. Well, his wife's not feeling well. He's pulling dad duty, and he's making sure the kids are all good while the wife recovers. So good on you, Hans. It's all good, my friend. Family first. You're all good, buddy.
Sir.
Attaboy.
But if anyone wants to join us, we'll be happy to have people jump on them today.
Yeah.
So let us know if you want to come and join us. Spoon Killer also first. They're not feeling well. Family's not well. But thanks for tuning in, my friend. It's been too long since we hung out, buddy, and I want to rectify that. Speaking of being too long since we've been hanging out, Fandom Power Podcast, the best podcast on the internet. And they're talking about RoboCop 3. Do you know what? RoboCop, I'm going to put myself at the bottom because I hate it when people get covered up by words. RoboCop 2 is coming out at the cinema here soon, so I'm going to go and check that out.
You should move Adam up as well. They're the guests.
Yeah. True,
Yes,
true,
yes,
guys.
come on.
True.
There you go.
Kiwi's here.
You should, you know what, Zazel, you shouldn't deprive everybody of your good looks. You should move me down one and you up one.
Mate, you can't even see my face at the moment. Flying Grayson is here. How are you, my friend? Takes one to know one. Woodman, hello, buddy.
Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on.
All right. He only needs a second. Joe Fan back again. Peter Ray Bob, Stephen Hall. Do leave a like. Do leave a like while we wait for Gazz to return. And thanks to everyone that jumped in the chat. We appreciate that too. But if anyone wants to come in and join us, I can put the StreamYard link into the chat. If anyone wants to come on, just say, yeah, I'll jump in. Yeah, I'll jump in. And then I'll put the link in the chat. And if they're like, no, I don't want to jump in, well, that's fine. You don't have to. It's all good. We won't even be upset about it.
No.
But this is great art by Kyle. I didn't even get time to talk about this piece of art, which I thought was great because this is the Slaughters Marauders, but they're not in the Marauders colors.
Right. Right.
Phil's listening in. Phil, you can join us if you want, buddy.
Yeah,
Oh, Josh. Josh is going to join us. All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nice.
Invite. Copy. Copied. And then I'll paste it in here. Is this going to work?
This is the one that we were talking about. We thought it was Footloose, because he has red hair and a red mustache. We didn't think, well, can't be Footloose because he's not that color. That's
Yeah. So it's but it is Footloose.
I really like Kyle's style. It's very
Yeah, I do too.
very cool.
Yeah.
It was such a whirlwind episode that I don't feel like I appropriately gave each image enough time to cook. But it's all great stuff, though. It's all great stuff, and I hope he felt like he was welcomed. Joe Fan 84.
Is it
He's
working?
made it. He's only
Hello.
gone and made it.
Hello, Joe fan.
Now we're
Hey,
You don't look a day over 21.
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Oh, let me turn this TV off.
So we're talking about films that we think are possibly. Oh, look at this, 7-month anniversary. All right, I owe you dinner. Yeah, we'll do it based on the beard.
What is that?
Oh, that is cool. Let me
That's
solo
sweet.
it for a sec.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. I don't know if it'll focus or not, but yeah, I got that for my birthday. It's a
Oh,
con exclusive Daredevil.
happy birthday!
Sweet.
Yeah, happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, man.
everybody.
What a cool looking figure.
Not related to Daredevil, which is a great show.
Yeah.
I got that too.
Oh, there you go, Cobra Eel. See?
Yeah, eels.
Eel.
Way better than Hydro
Eel.
Vipers.
Hey, Gaggle. Eel. So the premise of
You know what would
the
make that-
film
You know, it would make the eels better if they were
Tell me.
purple and had
Nah.
web.
no.
So I was thinking about this, Gaz.
No. When you start thinking and put my name and you mention the one that shall not be named. I
But
don't like-
walk with me for a second. Imagine if Hydro Vipers weren't G.I. Joes, but they were arcane soldiers in Swamp Thing. They were like the troopers of the Swamp Thing villains.
Yeah, as long
Yeah,
as
that's
his
better.
helmet's gonna come off, yeah, I'm all perfectly fine with that. I'm telling you, I'm bringing a tube of crazy glue, and every one that I see, I'm gonna glue on there. I'm not gonna buy it.
Keep
So
Gaz
there's
away from my
there's
toys.
gonna be a lot of guys going, "Hey, how come this helmet doesn't come off?" Yeah,
Careful. Last time we talked about this, Zazel fell off his chair.
Yeah, he fell off the planet.
I did not. Nate, this is shoot the shit. This is an ORAB. I have no issues going off on shoot the shit.
okay.
All right. Thank you, Kiwi.
Before we
So,
get
I wanna-
started
buddy.
with
Hi.
the movies and stuff,
Before we get going too far, Wes mentioned RoboCop 3 and then the 2014 RoboCop movies.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the late 90s RoboCop TV movies like Prime Directive and Dark Fate?
I don't
Where
think
RoboCop
so.
fights like an evil RoboCop?
No, I
No.
don't think so. I think the last one I saw was the one where there was like a little kid in it.
Robo Kid.
Yeah, that was the last one that I saw.
Where she makes Ed 209 as loyal as a puppy?
Yeah. Which I thought was really cool.
What are you doing, Space Commander? You want to jump on and join us, buddy?
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
it.
what do you got going on?
I'm out here in the Joe room
Here's
now.
Now we're talking.
Oh, nice.
So
Hang on, let me
premise
solo you for a sec.
the premise of this
Quick look.
of the movie choices. Oh wow, look at that. Holy smokes.
Nice.
Nice.
Julie.
Oh, what is it? Is that a diorama just for the armadillo?
It's one that I use for pictures and stuff. It's got a little light on it. And
Oh,
sweet.
look at that. That is dope.
Hey, Pericles.
I got one for my.
Hey, buddy.
We haven't started yet. We're just looking at toys.
The snow cat. It's the snow vehicles, polar bear. It's the
If anyone
only
wants to
gift
join
I got
us,
to request.
there's the StreamYard link.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
come
one.
on. But the polar bear?
My favorite diorama. That's the Wolfhound. It's the modern. The polar bear. Yeah. I was thinking of Snowcat for some reason.
What's the sled with the big wheels? What was that called? I think it's probably the last Jack.
Proud Mary.
It is. Here's the box for it. Arctic Blast.
Yeah, I think that was the last vehicle that I ever bought as a Joe fan as a kid. Oh, look at that Night Raven.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look at that background. Oh, that is so cool.
That is neat.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
It is awesome.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
digging that.
Well, if I didn't know you were a Joe fan before, I know it now.
Yeah, I think he's got a little more than 84. 84.
Yeah. I was just about to say that, guys.
No, that was when I was born.
Yeah. We know, Josh. We have so many different. No, I was going to say we have so many different jokes, but we don't. We recycle the same three.
I don't know. Have y'all
We're
ever
just
heard
hacking on
of? Have y'all ever heard of Final Faction?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. I want to get a closer look.
Final Faction
on.
is the Dollar Tree figures, right?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Those look neat.
Yeah, it was
Look at
actually a
the
really
Tomb
cool
Raider.
line, and the guy that made them was a G.I. Joe fan.
So you got a Tomb Raider collection as well. Hans would like that.
Oh, and a big Duke. Big Duke
There's
on
a
the door.
Duke on the door. Look at that. Look, it's Duke.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo, Joe.
From my Goody Heroes.
Fucking Joe.
Gazz would be kissing that door. He'd be all over it.
I don't know if Phantom Power still in the chat, but there's their official sticker.
I don't know if I'd be kissing it. Maybe if I put his hand up like this, I could high five him when I walk in. What's up, Duke?
Thumb kiss it. Yeah. Kapow! It just had one big hole in the door.
There's all my.
All right, Gaz, what's our show today?
All right, so the premise of the idea is movies. I just picked 3 as just a round number. Movies that you feel that are cool, that you like a lot, but you don't think get like recognition that you think it deserves, such as like with me and Megaforce. You know, not a lot of people know about Megaforce, and then when you did hear about it, people would be mocking it.
Right.
You know, cheesy movie. And then when I showed it to people and I said, hey, it's cool. You guys think, and like my buddy Zazel saw it and he thought, hey, this is really cool. I like it.
Yeah.
So that's the premise of like just 3 movies. It doesn't matter what genre. It doesn't matter when they came out. It's just that you feel don't get the recognition they deserve. And you think are super cool. Is it a Terradrome just sitting on your table?
Oh, yeah.
Joe fan.
There it is.
So Lilith has come in as a bully. So, hello, Hydro Candy Maggots. Just listening this morning, so I'm here. I appreciate it, Lilith. I appreciate it. But she will not let it go with that Hydro Viper stuff. This stream or any other stream.
What's going to happen when I actually say that I actually like Hydro Vipers?
Yeah, so that's why Nate turned it around so that I like Spycore. So I just shut up about it, you know?
Hydro Vipers are going to make you like it. It's going to make me hate it even more.
So, Gaz, I asked Zazel, I said, how many underrated movies should I bring? And Zazel said, bring them all. So I brought way more than 3. So now I gotta just whittle it down.
Nope.
Joe fan,
Joe
fan, you need to glue that helmet on that figure.
Yeah. Glue it on.
Glue it
It's
on.
holding on there.
Glue it.
All right. So, now here's a reference that Gaz gave me for the premise. Right? He goes, "What was that bike? The one that from your neck of the woods? Because we have BMX Bandits here, right?
Oh, so like Rad, the movie Rad. You remember the movie
Rad?
Yeah.
Right.
But
so Rad might be rad.
Yeah.
But
BMX Bandits could be just as rad.
Well, is
it underrated?
Rad.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think so. Here we go. Submit to your approval 6-pack starring Kenny Rogers, Aaron Gray, and a very, very young Anthony Michael Hall. Anthony Michael Hall has always been very, very young, and then all of a sudden, old. Yeah, what happened?
He's in the new season of Reacher.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was not young or old in a weird role in the Tom Green movie Freddy Got Fingered. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah. Underrated.
Never saw.
Do you guys know who Tom Green is?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
He was like a Canadian.
Yeah, absolutely. We used to watch the Tom Green show.
legend. Yeah.
6-pack.
Look at that.
Anybody seen this
Using
movie?
the Gazz
This movie's
machine.
good. This is a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
Down and out race car driver Kenny Rogers.
Now, Kenny
up
Rogers has also always looked old, and then he looked real old.
Yeah, he got plastic surgery to look young, and it had the reverse effect.
but he's
Yeah,
always cool.
yeah.
He's always cool.
Oh yeah.
Remember in Mortal Kombat when you were Sub-Zero and you'd freeze somebody, and then you freeze them again, and it would freeze you, like the reverse would happen.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Reverse. You got the reverse card.
Yeah.
I feel like my
All
camera's
right.
like really close.
You look great, buddy. You
Well,
look great.
here. What if I do this? Is this better for you?
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm too bright myself.
I don't look
You look
good.
good,
on
Ken.
camera
I've never been
anyway.
accused of being too bright.
Me neither.
Wait a minute. Have we been talking
Well, I
to
got
the same
this-
people?
I don't have a 4-head. I have a 5-head. See?
Anyway, okay, all right. Let's get into the show. I'll start off with one that I think is underrated, and in
Alright.
fact, it might even be hated.
Okay.
And
Uh-oh.
I'm going with the first Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a great film. I think is a
On
great
my
film.
list, buddy. It was on my list.
Nice. I'm gonna pull up on the Gazz machine. I'm gonna pull up some of the
Louis Gossett
1999,
Jr.
filmed in Australia.
filmed in Australia. I think it was filmed in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Louis
Let me have a look.
Gossett Jr.
Nice. Go ahead. Keep telling us more about it.
They famously didn't have the Punisher logo on his shirt, but on his knife handles.
Yes.
There was only what was it? There was only 26 people he killed in that movie, so it was like the lowest kill count of any Punisher movie.
A low kill
I gotta
count.
watch that. I've never seen it.
You've never seen it? Oh my god, it's such great. I think it's actually you're in the States, right?
Yeah.
Joe fan? I think it's on YouTube for free.
It is.
Really? Okay.
Either YouTube or
Yeah,
Tubi.
it's a great movie.
But there's a scene where he and Louis Gossett Jr. walk into like a room just full of samurais,
Yeah.
and then they just mow them down.
Okay.
So apparently, according to Wikipedia, Christopher Lambert was the original choice for the role of Frank Castle.
I think that would have been a mistake.
Steven Seagal was interested in playing the role. Nicole Kidman was initially cast in a main role.
Because she was from Australia.
Well, that makes sense.
I'm trying to find the cover of this
Now it
comic
says
that I have.
production took place in Bowery, New York City. That's not what I think.
Nope.
That's not what I think happened. Wikipedia, you are wrong. But yeah, it is such a great movie.
And know what the
But I
best part
don't-
of it is? At the very end, the mobster's kid, the Punisher says to him, "Be good, or I'll come back and kill you too."
So, yeah, so there was a there. I'm gonna say this is why I like. I mean, I have nothing against the Thomas Jane Punisher. I think that's like a really cool. I think it's probably the best Punisher movie out there, the Thomas Jane one.
I think the Thomas Jane movie is pretty comics accurate to the source material that it's trying to replicate.
Right.
But I used to have this comic, a Punisher comic that was drawn by Jim Lee, and the cover was just him standing there, and he was wearing like a fatigue jacket and army pants. And if you look at that image, and then you look at Dolph Lundgren's Punisher, do you have the image again? Can you pull it up?
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same, the way his hair is and stuff like that. And that's why I think that Dolph Lundgren was the perfect Punisher.
So I know Jay Baruchel or whatever his Russian
John
name.
Baruchel, I think.
John Baruchel, yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Baruchel was Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. He's doing a great job with the Punisher TV show.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think if they cast Dolph Lundgren like at his age as like a weathered old Punisher,
I think it would work.
It would be perfection.
Yeah.
It does sound pretty cool.
Well, he's Irish American, right? The Punisher.
Yeah.
So I think the TV one.
That looks like Dolph is going to shoot him in the head.
Dolph just looks like he has that Punisher look. I mean, here I'll just.
Now Warzone
Cool.
with Ray Stevenson was great too.
Yes, it was. That one scene where he's upside down on his chandelier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he just cuts
So did
that
anyone-
head off in a wheelchair.
Did anyone? Oh, this is a cool image.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Dolph
Did
Lundgren
anyone
is-
play the Punisher? I used to play the Punisher arcade game, but did anyone play the Punisher PlayStation? I think it was.
So
Or
I played it like last week. I have a game stick, and so it has like 40,000 games on it. So I went and played all the Punisher games. My son and I are rewatching the Netflix series. So I played the arcade game with Nick Fury, and then I played the Nintendo game where it's like an over-the-shoulder shooter at the docks. And then I played the PlayStation game where it's like really dark.
Yeah, like you torture and murder people in that game.
Yeah.
It's probably the best Punisher game. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I think if they would have put a white skull logo on Dolph Lundgren's shirt, it wouldn't be an underrated movie. It would be beloved.
Yeah, it would. Because I think the only skull they had in it was his knives, right?
It was the knives, yeah.
Yeah. That one scene where he blew up the house, and he walked out in front of the media. Oh God, that was great.
But just the idea of him driving a motorbike down around in the sewers is so cool.
Definitely.
All right, so now that I have your attention, I want to give you another underrated Marvel movie.
Man-Thing? I didn't even know they made a movie.
Oh yeah. So the thing about this Man-Thing movie, this has got nothing to do with Swamp Thing. Relax. But the thing about this Man-Thing movie that I like is you don't look relaxed, Adam. Relax.
Does it make you nervous?
Now, this is a true creature feature, and just like the old 80s horrors that we like, not the classic horrors that we like, but the old 80s ones that we like, there's also a little bit of nudity. So, that's what we like from our 80s. You don't see his Man Thing, no. But that is a team up. But so, has anybody in this room seen the Man Thing movie?
I own it on DVD.
And have you seen it though? You just bought it?
Yeah, it's like for a directed DVD movie. It came out what 2004.
Right. So it wasn't meant to be direct to DVD though. They just like scrapped it.
Have you opened it? Is the cellophane still on it?
No, I watched it.
2005.
I like goofy things like that. Like I love the first Swamp Thing movie. I love that. But the Man Thing movie was a fun little watch, and yeah, it feels less like a comic book movie and more like an 80s horror movie, 100%.
You could buy it on DVD June 14th, 2005.
2005, so I was off by a year. I apologize.
I did like the Man Thing in that show that they put out on Disney. What was it called? The black and white like little.
Oh, Werewolf by Night.
Yeah,
Werewolf by Night, which is really good.
Yeah.
That was a great show.
Man Thing was actually my stripper name.
What do you mean was? It still is.
Yeah. I used to always put Man Thing and Swamp Thing on my team when I would play Hero Clicks. I put both those guys on my hero.
Oh yeah.
Actually, Space Commander, I think you would like that show. It was really good.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 2 picks from me so far.
Okay, I'll go.
Well, let's just say, I guess we should probably vote on whether or not we think that they are underrated, fairly rated, or overrated.
Right.
So Punisher, we won't worry about Man Thing.
I definitely think that Punisher is underrated.
Grossly underrated.
Yes.
I need to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Man Thing, I would say, is a bit underrated.
It's a bit underrated.
It's much better. It's much better than people say it is, but it's like it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it. I haven't seen it. And I bet you anything, if I watch it, I probably have seen it and I've just erased it from my memory.
Whatever.
All right. For my first pick, this is the most modern movie on my list. I was a huge fan of the books and the comic books, but John Carter.
Oh,
okay.
So
right.
from the Princess of Mars, hugely underrated, huge flop. But one of the reasons it flopped was because it was written by Edgar Rice Burroughs in like 1908 or whatever it is. So it's like the blueprint of Superman, blueprint of Star Wars. But the guys making it were so wanted to be such a surprise. They didn't allow any toys to be made or any merchandise. They're like, no, it needs to be on the screen. And then Disney said, what's it called? And they said, it's called A Princess of Mars. And they said, boys won't see a movie about a princess and girls won't see a movie about Mars. So you got to change it. And they call it John Carter, which could be anything.
Yeah.
Just anything. So it fell through the cracks. But my friend Steve Kirsten went and saw it, and like a 7:00 show, and he called me up from the theater, and he's like, "Meet me at the theater for the 9:30 show. You need to see this movie." And then I went and saw it, and then the next day I took my kids to go see it. It is one of our favorites. It is a nonstop, family-friendly action movie it's just fantastic. Have you guys seen it?
I don't think I have.
I didn't
think I'm
see
going
it.
to.
I thought it was
Write this
quite
down,
good.
John Carter.
Yeah. So Nate, you liked it?
Yeah. I was when I remember it was a long time since I've seen it, but I do remember at the time I was hoping that there'd be more of it. But
Yeah. No, it should have been a series. So actually, when it came out and there wasn't more, my family started listening to the audiobooks when we would go on trips.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it at the cinema. I didn't know much about it. I didn't know about the books either. And I think there wasn't really much of a marketing campaign that at least I'm aware of. But my mum was a huge physical media collector. So she had VHS, bunch of VHS. And then when DVD came out, she's like, she'd buy DVDs. Like when she went to the shops, there was no way she wasn't coming home with a stack of DVDs, right? And one of those DVDs that she had when I went to visit was John Carter. She goes, have you seen this? I said, no. She goes, you want to watch it? I was like, all right. So we sat down, we watched it together. I said, this is actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Wasn't John Carter? Correct me if I'm wrong, but like, didn't they have like pulp comics out for this, just like they had Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon?
Yeah, so it was like pulp novels, like people kind of same time as Tarzan, and then Marvel did like pulp comics about it.
Yeah, all right.
And the covers were drawn. Some of the covers were done by who was the Conan guy?
Frazetta?
Yeah, Frank Frazetta did a bunch of the covers.
Oh, that's cool.
Those are the comics I read as a kid, and they were just great.
I'm looking forward to watching this. I don't think I've seen this.
Oh, Gazz, I think you're gonna love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be right up my alley. Sounds like right up my alley. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Flash Gordon, they get a lot of this from Flash Gordon.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
And so for my second pick is Zazel did too to start. I don't think this is underrated in our circle, but I think as a whole society thinks this movie is not great. But you can't do better than Dick Tracy in my mind.
Oh yeah, definitely Dick Tracy. I don't think it did. Yeah. It did well in the theater, did it?
It didn't do well in the theater. The toys didn't do well. People just didn't hit it hard. But it's so good.
But you want to talk about a movie that's spot on to the comic? That movie is spot on. I mean, with a few things that aren't. But I mean, like time period, the way it looks.
Yep.
The characters, it all looks just like the comics does. The
Yeah.
only thing that's the only
I think
thing
the
that's
problem.
I was gonna say the only thing that's not is Warren his profile doesn't really look like Dick Tracy, but other than that, it just looks great.
He needed to borrow Alec Baldwin's nose from The Shadow.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Dick Tracy was that it was too far removed from when the comics were popular.
Right.
So nobody. I didn't know who. I mean, I had a passing knowledge of Dick Tracy, but I never read anything Dick Tracy related. I didn't hear about anything Dick Tracy. So all of a sudden, there's a movie coming out. It's like, well, I don't really know enough. I understand who it is, but I don't know enough about it to care. And I think maybe that's. And apparently, it was in production for a while anyway. So probably.
Yeah. But I didn't know much about Dick Tracy or have any inkling to see it. And then my dad was excited about taking us to go see it. And I was like, my dad doesn't like he doesn't care about like kind of like family movies. Like he's very specific. He likes Westerns and war movies. That's what his thing is. But he's like, guys, we're going to Dick Tracy. And he was excited about it because he had the comics as a kid.
That's great.
But no, I love I can watch that movie any day of the week. It's so good.
Yeah. Well, I can honestly say I've only ever seen Dick Tracy one time. I checked it out one time.
Check it out again because it's good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go back.
Yeah, I had the Dick Tracy watch.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
I want a Dick Tracy watch. Well, we kind of do have them now with the smartwatches.
Yeah, everybody has
We
their
should
Apple
get
Watches.
one.
I'm like, you guys are all just Dick Tracy right now.
We should get one. That way I can call Adam and go, Tracy, Tracy, Tracy.
On the way.
My favorite Dick Tracy line from line of all time from The Simpsons is like, "I'm Dick Tracy. Look out, prune face." And then at the end, it's like, "Now I'm Prune Tracy." It was like you just know where it's going, but they cut it.
Yeah.
Right.
Lilith, I couldn't tell you even one canon film. I can't remember.
Oh my God. Where do you start?
Favorite canon
Give
film?
me some.
American Ninja?
No, you guys are all wrong. Whatever you're gonna say is wrong. I have on my list the greatest of all canon films.
Any of the Kusagi films? Well,
Oh, okay. Well then, top of the list. There we are.
Yeah.
Got it.
all right. So I'll go next. All right. So I'm gonna do one, and then I'll do the bonus.
Oh, hang on, Dick Tracy.
One, right?
Is Dick Tracy properly rated, highly rated,
I think it
underrated?
is completely underrated.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with you then.
Completely.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right,
So,
guys, go ahead.
I'm gonna do two as well. I'll do a bonus one, which you guys did a bonus one. So
If you
My
don't do
first
Megaforce, I'm quitting.
no, I'm not doing Megaforce. I wouldn't do Megaforce
Okay.
because everybody knows. So this is honestly, this is the most recent movie out of the ones that I've chosen. Okay, this is the most recent movie. So my first one is a Anthony Edwards, Linda Florentine movie from the 80s. I think it's from 84, 85. It's called Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, and it's a fun little action movie, where it's this kid Anthony Edwards. He's a college dude, and he goes with his buddy. They go to Paris for like spring break or something like that, and the whole plan is to meet women. Sorry, you know what I mean? do the things that we all imagine we do when we were at that age. Meet some, have some fun, right? So they were supposed to go on a little European trip. Well, he meets Linda Florentino. I think that's her name, right? Florentino. And she's like this like Eastern European babe. And he falls for her. And then she gets him to go with her instead of his buddy. So his buddy goes off to Spain and he goes with her to like Berlin. And this is in the 80s. So this is the height of the Cold War. So that's like the front line of the Cold War. And then when they're in Berlin, she gets him to go with her to East Berlin, where all of a sudden hijinks start to happen. And it turns out, like this CIA spy stuff like that. And she's using him as like a mule to get something across the border and stuff. And he's got to make his way back. It's such a cool film. And yeah, I think there was in the 80s, there was a game called Gotcha, kind of like a paintball type of game that they were trying to sell. And it kind of, I don't think this movie was based off of that, but it opens up with Anthony and his buddies, his college buddies, playing because he's holding a paintball gun. You see right here.
Okay.
Okay.
And on campus, they're playing like this super spy assassination game. Like they get a name, they got to follow him around and shoot him, right? And then they go, "Gotcha," and then they run off, right? So that's how. It's such a cool, fun film to watch. And if you haven't seen it,
watch that tonight, brother.
It's a fun movie. Do you have it?
No, I'm gonna watch it tonight though. I'm gonna find it and watch it.
It took me one heck of a time to try to find this disc. I wanted it, and
I've never seen it.
And for me, it's completely underrated. And then for my bonus film, and this was a hard choice because I have another film on my list that it was between this film and another film, and this one is a Lee Majors vehicle with Burgess Meredith, right? And this is from I want to say it's early 80s. It takes place in a dystopian future where I think vehicles have been outlawed. Gas running vehicles and oil running vehicles have been outlawed. And Lee Majors plays a ex-race car driver.
I love it. Everything
And
already.
Burgess Meredith plays an ex-fighter pilot.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay? And I forget, because I haven't seen it in a while, I forget the reason for why it's called. Get the reason why it starts up. But let's just say the movie's called The Last Chase. Okay,
Oh, that's a cool cover.
That looks so cool.
and it's a chase between a 917 Porsche race car,
Yeah.
and I think it's an F-82 Sabre jet.
So
Flown
essentially,
by-
GoBot's the movie.
Essentially, yeah. So Lee Majors and this kid are going cross country in this, while being chased
That
by
is
Burgess
cool.
Meredith in this. He's trying to stop.
So great.
It's such a cool
Galobulus?
Galobulus, yeah. It's such a cool movie, and I got this disc from an old rental store in Maine. It's the only place I can find it, and obviously it's a copy.
That's great, though.
The only image they have in the back is this right here with Lee Majors and the kid driving in this Porsche 917.
There you go, Gaz. Lee Majors is underrated.
Lee Majors is wholly underrated. What a great actor! What a great guy. Definitely, if you've not seen this movie, do check it out. It is
Chase down the disc.
Yeah, it is.
Hang on, I got a thing for that.
It's a great.
I haven't
film.
seen either, but I'll have to
Check it out one time, won't you?
And this is one. I seen this when I was a kid. I fell in love with the race car, the Porsche 917. It's like an ultimate version because it doesn't have the roof. The same, almost the same car that Steve McQueen drove in Le Mans.
Right.
But that version, an earlier version. This is more of a late 70s, early 80s version, but it didn't have the roof on them. And it's such a great. And Le Mans, that stuff. I didn't choose that movie because it's well known, especially in the race crowd. And great movie. You need to see it if you haven't seen it. It's great.
I bought Le Mans on VHS strictly because of the cover.
Oh my God,
Steve McQueen in these race cars, and I was like, man, I don't know what this
have you ever heard? Have you heard stories about that movie?
No.
Okay, so it's filmed as a documentary. He was supposed to drive in the actual race, and they were going to put cameras on his car, but the studio wouldn't allow, the producers wouldn't allow him to. They thought it was too much of a risk. So what they did was they entered a car into the race, and they put cameras on it. So that's how they get the race footage. Steve McQueen did not drive the car; he couldn't.
That's crazy.
But there was one shot they wanted to get. Steve grabbed the camera, went in the middle of the track on the straightaway, on the main straightaway, laid down in the road with the camera in front of him.
Oh man!
And this was happening like in real time. In real time, it's crazy.
That's
such a great. If you have not seen that movie, you need to go watch it because if you like race movies, especially car sounds, oh my God, there's nothing like listening to like a Porsche 917 versus a Ferrari with that sound, and they're driving down these long straightaways, doing like almost 200 miles an hour plus. Oh my God!
What was your thought on Ford versus Ferrari, Gazz?
I liked it. It was fun.
Great.
That's a fun movie. Movie.
I
You
gotta
need
watch.
more movies like that.
Yeah. Did you watch the Lamborghini movie that just came out?
I have not seen that one yet. No,
it's good.
I like that one. I haven't seen that one. The Formula One movie that came out a few years ago about Hunt versus what's his name? Oh my God, I forget his name. It was like pretty much like McLaren versus Ferrari back in the 70s.
Okay.
That movie was great. It was done by I think it was filmed by Ron Howard. And there's a new one coming out with Brad Pitt too. So in June.
Yeah, true.
All right. So my pick, The Gotcha, completely underrated.
Well, I haven't seen either of your movies, Gav, so I just assumed they're underrated because you're a genius.
Yeah.
Good time.
We're just going to go ahead and agree.
Yeah.
Nikki Lauer, thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Spaceman. Look,
who's next?
Spaceman, this is for you right here, buddy. It's a takeoff of Lego Space, but it's Calvin as Spaceman Spiff.
Brilliant.
Nate, what do you got for us, buddy?
I have got my first one it's not a movie, it's a cartoon series. It's an adult
get out of here.
It's not a movie, it's a dog breed.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, Nate. We'll see you on the next one.
It drives me nuts that no one, at least over here, no one seems to have seen it other than like me and my brother. And it's a cartoon. It's called Frisky Dingo. It's made by the same people that make the Archer cartoon.
Okay. all right.
Okay.
Did
I'm
before
not old
Archer.
enough to watch Frisky
Nope.
Dingo.
Yeah.
It has nothing. It has nothing to do with dingoes or anything. Like I think there's
Are
like
you
2
sure?
seasons, and you
What
only
the fuck is this?
that's Killface. That's like the main character. It is one of the main characters, and his name is Killface.
What's his name?
And so Killface is an alien and a supervillain, right? And he's trying to take over the world or destroy the world or extort the world, but he is surrounded by like inept people, and he's not the smartest guy around. And he's just like constantly frustrated. And there's like a Batman-y type character named Xander or something like that, and he's got basically Batman's backstory, but he's incredibly stupid, incredibly selfish, and his partner basically hates him. Yeah, it is a fantastic.
Is this the frisky
cartoon.
part?
It's well written. That's his son. That just kind of mumbles and doesn't really say much. Constantly frustrated by his son.
All right, Frisky
Yeah,
Dingo.
like
Available
no,
on
check
YouTube.
it out.
It is
I
available
will
on
check
YouTube.
that out. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's underrated because I don't know if it's even
Yeah, me
real.
neither. I never knew it existed. I thought it was going to be an Australian thing.
If you have seen Archer and you like Archer, you check it out because it's like the same. It's a completely different story, but it's the same sense of humor. If you
Okay.
get me, and
Grayson
written very
just said
similar.
He looks like Skeletor from Wish.
He's got like
Skeletor
dinosaur
with
legs.
skin.
Yeah.
Skinator.
All right, so Nate's going to be known
and
as
like-
Frisky Dingo from now on.
Like
Tough.
he cracks the he gets really angry because like he hasn't got he wants to like send out his message to the entire world or whatever, but he can't afford to like do it over the television, so they like his team suggest that they send out postcards. And so they're mailing out like postcards, and like the joke is it says "Welcome to your doom," but it's the wrong "your." It's why does it say "Welcome to you are doomed"?
I'm definitely going to give this a watch.
Yeah.
Definitely.
all right. You get a pass.
Oh, it's worth it. It's
Risky
yeah,
Dingo.
worth a watch.
All right.
I like it.
Team of Thanos.
And yeah, my second pick is a movie this time. It's called Undercover Brother.
Oh, yes.
And
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
actually
Oh,
exists.
finally, every time I mention it to anyone, like no one has heard it. It's got Eddie Griffin. It's got Dave Chappelle. Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
Yeah.
It's hilarious,
Yes.
and it
Great
made
movie.
me very aware of how uncool people with a lack of melanin are.
Such a great film. Yes.
Apparently, there's an
Oh,
Undercover
it's
Brother
fantastic.
2.
Oh.
This and I'm going to get you, sucker, man. That's a great
I
movie,
don't know if
too.
I
yeah.
saw two.
Saw 2 is a whole different movie.
I just picked it up. I
They had a part 2?
just
Oh, wait,
I
that's
picked it up
that's
as
Michael J. White.
That's Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
You ever seen that movie? That movie's
Yeah.
great.
No,
But
I've
Black
seen
Dynamite,
a
I
few
sell
clips of it
drugs.
recently, and I really want to see
I
it.
sell drugs.
All right, I will agree. Undercover Brother is underrated.
Yeah.
Oh,
terribly
definitely.
underrated.
That movie
Terribly
is
underrated.
a laugh a minute, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked that up as an ex-rental when I was like a young teenager, just on a whim, and I've never regretted it. I watched
Do
it
you
so many
know-
times. It's got the best soundtrack.
You know how much I miss the days of previously viewed DVDs at Blockbuster?
Right?
Hmm.
Like nothing was better than going and looking, and they had them set by like price as they got older, and there was like the $2.99 ones, and then the $3.99 ones, and the $4.99
Yeah.
ones. Ah, I missed that so much.
I remember going into a
Yeah.
video rental store,
Got a fair few.
and they had a copy of Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh, nice.
And
The
this is
only
like-
one,
this is like-
probably.
This is like the late 90s, early 2000s. and I'm like trying to find that movie on like on any sort of media was impossible at the time. And I found it at this one video store, and I picked it up, and it was a VHS. And I walked up to the counter, and I said, "May I please buy this?" And they
Hey,
said,
Nate's got. What do you got there?
I've got a fair few ex-rental video games in my collection.
Nice.
Yeah, this was Video Easy, R.I.P. Video Easy. That was one of our blockbusters, but unfortunately the sticker's been peeled off the cartridge. But
yeah, man,
the late fees on that one's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
I used to rent Captain America and the Avengers for the Sega Genesis so much.
No, it's Captain America and the Avengers.
Right? Thank you, Wonder Man. But I used to play that game so much that when the rental place in town was closing down, and I went there to buy it, they just gave it to me. They're like, "You've paid for this already."
You're the only one around to just take it.
Yeah,
just take it.
Just take it. Such a great game. Who did you pick though?
I was always Captain America because you could throw more than one shield. Like it was a glitch.
Yeah.
And the shield would hit a guy going this way and hit a guy coming back.
I liked that they gave Hawkeye his floating bike thing.
His bike thing, yeah.
Yeah, his bike thing. Hawkeye's bike thing.
Yeah. Wonder Man would throw it like this.
Yeah. That's right. There was Vision, Iron Man, Hawkeye, and Cap. Right, those were the four guys.
Yeah. Grayson's chiming in that no one's mentioned. It's on my list, buddy. We're gonna get to it. But
I don't think I've seen Real Steel. Anyway, Nate, I will say your first pick, never seen it, but I'm going to check it out. Second pick, definitely underrated. Great movie, but yeah, top pick. You're back in the fold.
Have you seen Real Steel, Gaz?
I have.
Okay. Zazel hasn't, so we're gonna do a Real Steel night on RonCon.
All right.
Because
I prefer Hugh Jackman in it, right?
I prefer RoboJocks better though.
I got that too.
Robot Jocks.
RoboJocks, yeah. What do you got, Joe Van?
All right.
Well, that was actually going to be one of mine. That was actually going to be one of mine. Robot Jocks, and then the Wraith.
Oh, the Wraith.
Oh man!
Remind me of what the Wraith is.
Charlie Sheen as a ghost driving a black car.
That was
a Dodge Interceptor, wasn't it?
Yeah. Dodge Turbo Interceptor.
And Clint Howard's in it.
Yeah.
He's
in everything though.
What a great
The Handsome Brother.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That movie is sorely underrated.
Very underrated. That was a good
and
one.
A great car movie as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it.
No? Oh my god, you should give it
definitely
a
need
watch.
to check it out. It's good.
It's one of those 80s movies that was like trying to be more than just a movie. Like it was trying to like it's a bit trippy. Like, is it a ghost? Is it like what's actually going on?
It's like The Crow before The Crow came out.
Exactly. The Crow, the car.
Yeah.
Crow car.
That's great.
Another underrated one is Free Jack.
Free Jack with Emilio Estevez and Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Is that Cusack?
No, it's not.
Does not look like him though.
It does.
No, that's Augie. Isn't that Augie? That's Augie, right? He drives the Trans Am. Like I know the guy's name. Was the two guys that drove that beat up car? The guy's drinking like brake fluid. What's his name?
It was racing fuel. That's what they were drinking.
So Nick Cassavetes and Randy Quaid are in the movie.
Yeah.
Randy Quaid was the sheriff or the.
Yeah. What a good movie.
That's
a good movie.
Yeah. Great.
So
pick,
what's
fan?
Wraith and the Arrival, or is it Wraith the Arrival?
No, The Arrival is another movie. I think that movie itself is sorely underrated for an alien invasion film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I haven't seen it. I don't think.
I got the Wraith, but I don't have Free Jack. I need to get it.
Free Jack is a fun movie too. I haven't seen that in a while.
So I have a couple other ones
cool.
because Hazel said to bring them all.
Yeah, we initially was at 3.
Hang on, it's my turn.
No, you don't get a turn because you told me to bring them all.
No, it's
thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, Adam. We'll see you in the next one.
What do you got, buddy?
Let's go, Zay.
All right, so I think everyone here will probably like it, but I don't hear enough about it. And this is going to be a Kevin Costner movie, which I think a lot of Kevin Costner movies could be on the list.
Is this the Postman?
But this one, which I think is
Postman,
very
Waterworld.
underrated
Waterworld?
for the genre that it's in.
Is it The Postman?
For the genre that it's in, I think this is very underrated.
Is it The Postman?
It's not The Postman. It's not Waterworld, although both
Silverado?
of those movies in and on themselves are very underrated, and some of my mum's favorite movies. She loves Kevin Costner.
Wait. Is it Open Range?
Open Range.
No, but that is a brilliant movie. I saw that at the cinema,
Me too.
and I thought, yeah, it was so good. It was such a
trying to
great
name
movie.
the movie
Definitely
William
underrated.
Are you the guy that shot his dog? Yep. Just like killed him.
Yeah. See you later.
What do you got?
Also, Lonesome Dove also underrated, but I'm gonna say Silverado as a western.
Yeah, I knew it.
Hugely underrated. And let me give you first of all, the opening scene, right, is one of the best western openings of all time, and it's quintessential. It's obviously it's a callback to some of those ones like The Searcher, right? But this guy, he's in a shack, and you don't understand the vastness of his surroundings, but he's in this contained little shack, and he's been attacked by bandits and outlaws, right? They're trying to get to him. And so he's shooting around the shack that he's in. And then in the end, opens the door, and it just all brightens up, and it all spreads out to this great vastness. And I just think that is so brilliant. But Silverado, I think, was Kevin Costner's first movie.
Yeah.
Came out in 1985. Kevin Costner as Jake. Kevin Kline, Danny Glover, Scott Glenn as Emmett. We also had Linda Hunt, who you might know from A Kindergarten Cop. Jeff Goldblum is in this movie, people. You got Brian Dennehy.
Plays
He's
another
in it.
freaking asshole cop or sheriff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got John Cleese in a brilliant role. Richard Jenkins is in it. Rosanna Arquette is in it. Who else have we got? That's of. These are all great people. I'm just looking. I don't see her name on here yet. I don't think so.
Wrong.
Maybe, but I don't see it. No, she's not on the list.
No, she was. Sorry, I had my westerns.
She was in Lonesome Dove. Yeah. So full on epic cast, and even the small roles are still great character pieces. And what I like about the movie is that you really got two movies in one. You've got the revenge arc, and you've also got the side quest story, because one of the guys loses all of his stuff and is left out in the desert to die, and then he starts to collect these things. Like he finds his hat, he finds his boots, finds his gun, he finds his horse. And I just think as a western, bless you.
Sorry.
And again,
Thank you.
look at that! What a great turnaround. Jeff Goldblum makes everything 30% more watchable. True.
Yep.
And so I just think as a western, it's very underrated, but it does tick all of those epic western style themes. Great shootouts, great action. The cinematography is great. Is it one of my all-time favorite westerns? Yes, it is, and it's just because it is that good. And I would put, as far as underrated westerns are concerned, I'd throw Young Guns in there. I don't think Young Guns gets enough love.
Yeah.
And I think Open Range is underrated, as you mentioned, Adam, as westerns go. Lonesome Dove, I don't know if it's if that was more of a TV.
But I think Lonesome Dove was highly rated. Like it's up there. Like people love it.
People love Lonesome Dove. Yeah, but
it's like a TV miniseries, so it's basically like it's a longer movie. So if it was a movie, it'd be like 2 parts. So I would consider that a movie. Yeah.
I think the scene though, where Kevin Kline's trying to get a gun from that gun store.
Yes.
Maybe my favorite scene of any western.
I agree, and It's got a sense of urgency to it.
Yeah. And he's in his underwear
but
just
yeah.
looking for a gun and a bullet.
Yeah, that's all. It just. Oh man, I love it. Posse, that's a good one.
So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you because that is like when you hear people talking about westerns, they always bring up like Wyatt Earp or Tombstone or some of the classics, the Ford classics with John Wayne and stuff like that. Silverado usually doesn't come up, and that is a great movie. But in my circles, that's one of the top westerns.
Yeah, highly rated in my circles.
Highly rated, yes.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Okay, Adam, what do you got?
Okay, you guys ready for this? Let me give you a rapid fire round here. Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
Oh, that was good.
A great film. Oh,
I once did a
love that
skit.
movie.
I did a skit with my friends back in the day called Land Captain, and it was basically just me in an old pilot's cap. And everyone that had a car driving up at top speed to me, putting on the brakes, getting out and yelling "Land Captain," and that was it. But
that movie's great, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah, but people don't love it. It's got a low rating, but it's a throwback to like the pulp, kind of like
the cliffhanger serials from like the 40s and the 50s.
Yeah, but when they have that army of marching robots that look like Iron Giant, I'm like, I'm in for this all day long.
We don't have enough balloons. Not enough balloons in the world now.
Zeppelins.
Zeppelins, yeah.
I've got a 2-pack here of Rutger Hauer movies.
We're only doing. There's only one here. Only one. You say Sky Captain and World of Tomorrow. Come on, man. We can do a bonus run after we pick our 3. All right.
All right. Sky Captain and World of Tomorrow. Underrated.
Totally underrated.
I think that movie is okay. So I don't hate it. No, I don't hate it, but I don't think that it's great. I think it's just okay. Like, tell me one thing that's great about it.
Those robots.
What's great about it? Giant robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that just looks good.
The mastermind plan of creating a Noah's Ark and destroying the planet. Yeah. Right?
But
and the guy's dead. Oh, sorry, no spoilers if anybody's seen it. But I mean, it's great. And the technology, the futuristic technology, looks like that stuff from those old cartoons that we used to watch. Where this is how it's going to look in 2000.
It looks like a Max Fleischer Superman cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah, and his airplane was pretty cool too.
Yeah, they totally got those robots from the Superman cartoon. Totally. And then he flies around in a was it it's not a Mustang, it's a Flying Tiger. What is that? A P-46 or something?
Yeah, it was a P-47.
Yeah, P-47 Flying Tiger. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Great movie.
There we are.
Like
All right.
It's a fun movie. I think it's a fun movie. The only thing that's it's even the way it's shot, like the coloring and all that stuff looks good. Looks really good.
And the flying aircraft carriers.
Oh yeah, Angelina Jolie and those planes. Oh my God, what a great! And they turned into something.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie was a great Nick Fury.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, great. Thank you, P-47 Warhawk. Thank you. That's a fun movie. I agree. Highly underrated. I think Zazel needs to watch it again with new eyes.
All right, fine. I'll go back and check it out. I think it's okay. From memory, I think it's okay. And I think the imagery is okay. I think that the callbacks are okay. It's like, okay, I see what they're going with. Is the execution enough to make it underrated? And you will say, yes, it is. And I will say, okay, I don't want to fight. All right, let's put a pin on it and say, Space Commander, do you think that it is overrated, fairly rated, or underrated? We'll let Spacey decide.
Spacey's vote counts for like 100 of ours.
Yeah,
that's right. He knows this stuff.
Am I correct, or is Zazel correct? Pick a side.
Pick a side.
Besides that, he had the little zapper to look like Flash Gordon zapper. I mean, come on. Oh no,
yeah, but that just but Flash Gordon is great, right? Those old callbacks are great, but the originals are great.
Is it underrated? Spacey says yes, it's underrated.
No, I said, do you agree with me? And he says yes.
No. This is underrated. Underrated. Please.
All right. I
Define what you're
concede. I
saying after.
concede. Titan AE, yes, underrated.
Underrated.
All right, I'll shut up. Good job,
Okay.
guys.
So
Pitting Space Commander against me.
for my second film, I picked one that came out in late 70s, 1981. 1981.
It's a
And
good
this
year.
is a sequel to a sequel movie to Kill and Kill. This is called Kill and Kill Again. This is a martial arts masterpiece.
Okay.
Starring
Kill
South,
and kill again.
yeah, starring the South African, I believe South African black belt master James Ryan.
Yes.
And
Okay.
this is one of those martial arts films where he gets hired to take out like a cult leader, and he has to assemble his team. So he goes around and finds his guys to help him out. And there's this one guy called the Fly, and he's like this master, like I think he's a Taekwondo specialist, but he's so mystic. Like he doesn't walk; he hovers around literally on the screen. And it's such a great martial arts movie, and it's fun to watch. It's a fun time. It's one of those like early '80s martial arts things that you saw on Kung Fu Theater, and just fun. And you can tell he's trying to be like Bruce Lee. And the back here, some of the images on the back. If you haven't seen it, so Kill and Kill Again.
I don't think I watch enough martial arts movies.
Yeah, this is a fun movie to watch, and it's complete 80s, like late 70s, 80s, complete with the bell bottoms, the butterfly collars. Like the opening scene.
Yes.
Opening scene. When they introduced Jack Ryan's character, he's like in a hotel and he's just having a fight through the hotel, and nobody's thinking anything because it's like an award ceremony for him. And it's such a great martial arts film. I just recently showed this to some of my old friends, and they never seen it. And when they were done, they were like, oh, "That was good. I gotta watch the first one now."
Yeah.
All right, I'll check it out. I'm convinced.
Is there a third one called Kill and Kill
I don't-
Fries?
I don't think there's a third one. I don't think he.
Kill again and again and again.
It's just and I actually think that Jack Ryan, the guy himself, the Joburg guys, why is it Paul? Paul from Joburg? I think he kind of looks like Paul.
Okay.
Jack Ryan does, but anyways,
You've already sold it.
It's a good movie. I think it's a fun movie, and if you like martial arts films, you'll dig that. A bunch of martial arts.
Okay, cool. All
martial
right.
arts, a lot of them in there. Pretty fun to watch. Sorely underrated.
All right, Nate, what do you got for us?
A movie called Pootie Tang. Has anyone seen that?
Yeah.
He's just sitting there, just whatever pops into his head. Hey, man! Oh my god! I remember when I first saw that. That was a riot. Oh my god!
It was just the weirdest. It's the weirdest
He's got
comedy. He's like a.
No, isn't that the people that made
he's almost-
Black Dynamite?
Possibly, I'd believe it. I need to see Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
Yeah, no, it's like he can whoop anyone's ass with just his belt, and when Pootie Tang talks, he doesn't use real words, but everyone knows what he means.
Yeah.
He's like,
I always envisioned him I always envisioned him as a grown up version of one of the Cosby kids, like from Fat Albert.
Yes.
Like Mushmouth grew up to be Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Far out, man. I haven't seen that
Again, it's
movie
one of
in
those
so
movies
long.
that I really liked. Like I really liked it, but no one else knew what I was talking about when I would mention it.
Pootie Tang, the search for Frisky Dingo.
It's good value.
That's a good movie, man.
That is hilarious.
Coming way out of left field there, buddy, with these movies. Totally underrated. Totally underrated.
There's the Flying Guillotine,
Yeah.
as Beta Ray Bob was mentioning before.
Yep.
Never seen that one either.
No?
Yeah, like Foodie Tang, it was that kind of weird comedy. It was just a bit ahead of its time. It's like the Napoleon Dynamite kind of thing, like the Hot Rod kind of thing. Like,
Yes.
yeah, those off-brand comedies that become very, very dear to you, but weren't necessarily huge at the time. Like Napoleon Dynamite. If it wasn't for the dance at the end of Napoleon Dynamite, no one would have freaking knew what that movie was.
When I was
the dance at the end, it became
when
popular.
I was first married to Heather, she would get together with her. She was a huge Dutch family, so all of her first cousins would together for a weekend. So there's like 40 of them would rent a house for the weekend and you go there and hang. So when we first started dating, I went on these trips, and so quickly they realized I had all the movies in the world, the big physical media collection, and they weren't really a movie people, the Dutch, and so they're like, I was in charge of the movies. So I bought a bunch, and they were like, "What should we watch tonight?" And I was younger than most of them by about 10 years, and so Napoleon Dynamite had just come out, and I was like, "You guys got to see Napoleon Dynamite, like you got to." So we put it on, and they were gonna lynch me, like they just they were like, "This is the stupidest movie." Like during the movie, they're like, "Adam, this is the stupidest thing we've ever seen. Like what?" What are you're gonna marry our cousin because we're just dating? Like this is like, and they were angry. But the next morning at breakfast, they're all like, "Gosh, pass the ketchup!" Like they're all quoting. I was like, "Yeah, just take a little while to permeate."
And Adam's like,
"Yeah, now who's laughing?"
I was laughing.
My wife and I will still randomly just yell, "Eat your ham, Tina!" for no reason.
What's the guy's name that plays Napoleon Dynamite?
Josh Heater.
Josh.
I prefer him in the movie Benchwarmers.
Oh, yeah, that is so good.
I bloody love that movie. We're having garlic bread. Anyway, it's a good movie. All right, Josh, your turn. Oh, wait, underrated? I agree. Underrated.
I agree, 100%.
Underrated, totally.
All right, Josh, you got another one for us, buddy?
Man, I really can't think of anything right now. Maybe, I know it's a kind of a kiddie movie, but one that comes to mind as underrated is the Rescuers Down Under.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
True. I don't think it's as popular as the Rescuers. But yeah, as an Aussie, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, and I always thought it was pretty funny. Anyway,
It's a good movie.
It was great.
It's because of that movie that I thought that Quigley Down Under was a sequel to a movie called Quigley. I could never find Quigley.
Quigley's a great movie.
Quigley Down Under. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Definitely underrated.
Pete Rickman in that movie.
is that the one that had Laura San Giacomo? She was kind of played ditzy a little bit.
Crazy Cora.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You could call him Roy. Lady, my name's not Roy.
Yeah, that's it.
I think Selleck just played a perfect cowboy in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great.
The heart of the Aussie craze.
What? And the same guy that played Hans was the bad guy on there?
Yeah. Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman, thank you. I couldn't think of his name. Yeah.
Nemesis.
Closed me out of my own window.
Nemesis. 1918 was Nemesis. Was that
Was that
Elf Lunger movie with the alien? It has like multiple names.
Nemesis. I don't think
like
I've ever seen
I Come in Peace. No, I don't think that's that one. No, that's not that one.
You're thinking of I Come in Peace where they bleed white?
Yeah, but that movie has like two names. It's like Dark Angel or something like that, or Nemesis.
Yeah.
That's a good film. That's a great film.
What about Guyver?
Guyver's awesome. The cartoons are better than the movies, though. Those movies.
Oh yeah.
As much as I love the Guyver and Mark Hamill, but those movies are garbage. The suits look cool, but just the movies themselves are just bad. And I don't think they're underrated. I think they're just terrible.
He was in that Laser Hawk, I believe it was called.
Yeah.
Lady Hawk.
Okay.
That was called Laser Hawk.
No,
Laser Hawk?
There's a movie called Laser Hawk and a movie called Lady Hawk.
Are you talking about Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just watched that one. The hell's the name of it? Something Stream.
I'll have to check that out.
What's the name of that movie?
I'm a Purple Rain guy. I don't know about Black Rain.
Never saw Purple Rain.
Purple Rain. It's all right. There's very little Purple Rain in it.
I have ADD, so it's hard for me to watch movies. I can't sit still.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting to the point now where sitting down and watching a movie takes effort now. All right,
Zays,
my final pick.
Final pick. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with the original animated G.I. Joe the movie. I think people love to hate on that movie.
Yep.
And some of the argument you'll get is that I like my G.I. Joe military. What's up with this Cobra La stuff? That's too fantastical. Nemesis Enforcer, boo. Globulus, boo. Cobra La La La, boo. Excuse me, if you have been watching G.I. Joe up until this point, this is actually not the wackiest it's ever been. This is actually pretty mild.
The first episode.
You got Cobra Nah. Come on, Spoon Killer, jump on board with us, buddy.
Cobra Nah.
Come on.
I agree. There's a lot in that movie.
Nemesis Enforcer went toe to toe with Sergeant Slaughter, and it was finally a tough battle for the sides because it took someone out of this world, or technically from this world from earlier time period. It took someone that was superhuman that could take on the Sarge. I mean, Serpentor tried his best, but man, the Sarge overrated. Get out of town. Get out of town. So Cobra Commander, I think if you're going to take people out, right? Now Transformers the movie did it, and they took out a bunch of characters. But I think if you're going to do it, then you should do it in a way that is impactful. Now Duke didn't die, but apparently, not even apparently, it's fact that he was going to die, right? But he didn't die in the movie. They changed that part. However, sacrificing himself for a brother that didn't even get along with him by taking a spear to the heart that is otherwise known as a Serpentor snake, that's full on. That's a way to go out. Like if you're going to go out, that's a heroic way out. And then when you've got Cobra Commander, that he already had so much bad luck when it came to organizing Cobra that by the end they strung him up. They slowly and brutally mutated him. Like it's not just you're out of here and take a bullet to the head. Slowly starts to lose his humanity. And could you imagine being in that position? Like he knows what those spores can do. You can hear the fear in his voice. And when it starts to mutate him, he knows he can't do anything about it. He starts to the pain of it all makes him shred his clothes. Eventually that faceplate, when it comes off and you see what's happening to his face, and eventually by the end he can only string a few words together before finally having that last heroic moment by stepping in to get rid of one of those other Serpentor snakes. But you've also got, like, if you think about what happened in the original G.I. Joe cartoons, it's, like we said, the Fatal Floppies were in there. You've also got giants in an arena. You've got Sky Strikers flying off into space. I
want to get one.
And I love these guys.
I can't find them anywhere. I keep going to Targets and stuff. I can't find them, so I guess I'm just going to have to order online.
So I have to get mine online.
There's a store called Go Figment, Josh, that I purchased mine on. They were just like, I think $22. It's like $1 more. Yeah, Go Figment. It's an online store.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, they had some there. I don't know if they still do, but
well, Target.com's got some, but they're like they're almost $30
the intro.
That intro in that movie is great.
It's hands down one of the best G.I. Joe intros. The only thing it was missing was Sergeant Slaughter, but obviously they saved his imagery for that impactful scene where Lieutenant Falcon, all that stuff at the slaughterhouse, It's great stuff. The infiltration of the Terrordrome, brilliant stuff. That could have been the movie in itself. But yeah, I agree with the intro being the best. What does Will say? The movie rules. Good. I
like
agree. It does rule.
It's fun. It's a fun movie to watch. Ow.
Yeah. But I think it is overrated. Please don't make me go.
You don't have to. You just say Cobra.
It's okay.
You just say Cobra.
Yeah, they were goofy. If you watch the episode, like they talk and everything. It's like work. They have guns. They have whips.
And they have whips. Yeah.
And they can breathe fire.
Fire. Yeah.
And the Action Force theme is also pretty cool. And who doesn't love Pythona? Come on. And we almost got a naked Zorana.
Yeah.
All right. So do we agree it's underrated then?
Yeah, terribly underrated.
Terribly underrated.
I didn't know it was you.
All right.
How are you, Happy? Good to see you, buddy.
My last one here is a Rutger Hauer movie called Split Second. Have you guys seen Split Second?
I've just seen this.
Where he's like,
I'll look it up.
He's a cop in London.
I can't see it. Yeah.
London.
And there's a monster haunting, like terrorizing the subways. You can see behind him. Who looks?
I think I have seen this.
Like he looks just like Venom.
Yeah.
And it's Rutger Hauer as a cop trying to find this monster in the subways. It's incredible.
It's in a futuristic London, I believe, right? It's like being flooded. Yeah. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's the only what's that other one that has Rutger Hauer and he's a cop in LA and it has Gene Simmons as the bad guy.
Oh, that's the Runaway, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, that's the one with Tom Selleck.
Right.
With the robots.
Yeah.
What's that other one called? I think it's like Wanted Dead or Alive. I think that's the name of the movie.
Yeah. But
great song.
As a kid, I was like, if they can do Split Second, they can do Venom. They can do a Venom movie.
Yeah. So Todd's driving but listening. 3 movies that are gems are The Peanut Butter Solution. That was an interesting film. Ghost Chase. Was that the one with the doll that comes to life, haunted by a ghost? And Tommy Tricker and the Stamped Traveler. I don't know that one. At least I can't remember it.
Any of them.
Check those out.
What about Mr. Boogedy?
Nodsy's Never Led Me Astray.
Check it out. Peanut Butter Solution, I remember from childhood. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite.
Hello.
Oh my God! Yes, he is one of my favorite movies.
Hello to Hazel.
Who was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had mute on. I got my son this weekend, and I was like, "Don't you want to say hello?"
Oh, yeah. Hey, how are you, buddy?
Hey, little.
Hey, is that the guy that you just showed, Gazz? There's a movie where he's a homeless man and he's trying to save money to get a lawnmower.
Yeah,
Okay.
Movie. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he also one of my favorite movies with him in it. It's got Sylvester Stallone and Billy D. Williams. Nighthawks. Oh, Nighthawks. Yeah, what a good movie that is. Oh my God. Movie.
So the other 2 honorable mentions for Rutger Hauer are Lady Hawk and Blind Fury.
Yeah, Blind Fury. Good movie.
Essentially Daredevil the movie.
Totally. I Split Second, going back to Split Second, I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I just recently watched it, and it is such a good movie.
Yeah, it's such
a good movie.
I don't remember it. Tango and Cash, great movie.
They have you thinking that the he's looking for a serial killer. Right? And it turns out that it's not a serial killer. It's kind of like, ooh, what's that?
Oh, nice. Space Commando being enjoying that.
That's right up his alley.
Action Force.
Yeah, there's 3 of those big, and they're all that. I mean, they're thick.
That's the whole collections, all right? Yeah.
Yeah. I got it for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Hey, if y'all don't have it, I recommend y'all getting that. That's awesome.
So, Split Second. Those of you that have seen it, totally underrated.
Totally underrated.
Totally.
I'm not sure if I have. I don't remember it if I have.
It's on YouTube, I think.
I'll have to check it out. I never heard of it.
So I'm gonna go.
Great.
My third pick is a movie in the late 70s starring Roy Scheider. Okay, the movie called
Okay.
The Seven Ups.
Oh.
This is
It's about soda pop.
Well, yeah. This is about a police a group of police officers that are in a squad together, and they're called the Seven Ups, and their task is to go after specific individuals. So Roy Scheider is the leader of the group of the cops. He's the main guy in the group, and he has like his whole book, and he has all these criminals in there, and their objective is to try to take down these guys, right? Build up evidence and take them down. So they have like a hit squad, and that's like the premise of his group. But what's happening is these mafioso guys are being kidnapped by fake police officers and held at ransom and then let go when they're paid.
Okay.
The Seven Ups get kind of falsely accused of doing it because it seems like something they would do because they kind of like work around the law, but kind of a little bit outside the law.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. And then one of the members of his team accidentally gets killed. And that's where
So
he
now
comes
they're the
on.
Six Ups.
Come on, yeah, comes onto the group, comes onto these guys. And I tell you, out of nowhere. And if you, this is the reason why I instead of picking The Last Chase as the movie in my three, out of nowhere, out of the blue, comes this great car chase scene in the streets of New York and outside of New York, and it's crazy. And it's not like souped up cars that you see in like Cannonball Run, Gumball Rally, the Cannonball movies, or Smoking the Bandit, or the
Bullet.
Fast and the Furious. Well, that's it. Bullet, the director of Bullet did this movie.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Same movie. So you have this omnibus car chase scene between, I think it's a Pontiac Bonneville, a 70s Pontiac Bonneville. And if y'all know what that is, that's a massive boat.
It's a
I mean, this thing hits the bump. This thing's gonna bump and it goes like this down the street. It's like that. And then Roy Scheider's in like I think it's a Pontiac Grand. I think it's a Grand. I want to say it's a Grand Prix or Le Mans. It's the car at the time, and the car chase is just so epic. And like if you've seen Bullet with Steve McQueen, they do a car chase scene through the streets of San Francisco, like
Right.
down the hills and stuff and jumps. So you
Yeah,
get a scene where they're going down the hill and they hit jumps, and then you get the same scene again but from a different camera angle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
cool.
you see it in the car, and you see it outside the car and stuff.
I loved in the Deadpool with Dirty Harry,
Yeah.
where they copied the Bullet car chase, but it was a RC car chasing a regular car.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you
But-
go.
I mean, this
Space Commander's also chiming in for the Deadpool too.
Yep.
Gaz,
This-
you cannot sanction my buffoonery. That's Six Up coming like, yeah, shut up. You get out of here.
No,
Not
but
following
if you
buffoonery.
haven't seen this, it's a good film, and it's not like it's a great like screenshot of like the 70s
Yeah.
of the look and stuff like that, and it's a fun movie. It would seem like it's slow paced, but it's not. It's pretty fast paced, and I'm gonna tell you, when that car chase scene happens, it's like out of the blue. It's like, oh shit, we're in a car chase.
Nice.
And it's like in the streets of New
Okay,
York.
cool.
Whoa. And it's good. It's fun movie. Fun. Highly recommend.
I haven't seen enough Rob Schneider films, to be fair.
Roy Scheider.
Schneider.
Nah, Rob Schneider. Roy Schneider.
I would like to see
Roy, yeah.
AI replace every Roy.
Yes!
No,
Yes! Imagine that in Jaws.
Come on,
Whatever.
This is serious shit right here. This is seriously
Make a,
good movie.
Let's just make a remake of
All right,
Jaws
I'll check it out.
with Rob Schneider playing the shark. The movie can
Yes.
be called The Shark.
That Robert Shaw scene where he's getting eaten by Jaws, but it's Roy. It's Rob Schneider's face.
Roy Schneider is a carrot.
Oh, I think we're
No,
gonna need
Can
it.
do it.
What do you got? Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's a classic.
So I think I think Abbott and Costello were very popular back in the day, but I think they're underrated now as a comedic duo.
Totally.
I love
Totally.
them.
Think
Same
a
as
lot of
Laurel
that
and
stuff.
Hardy.
A lot of stuff. The Universal movies, those Universal monster movies, I think are completely underrated today.
Rob
They're
Schneider.
great.
Don't you stop. There it is. Yep, cool.
They need those summertime dollars.
But I mean, like in today's like in cinema, where you have like these like the Fast and the Furious movies. I think when you say car chase movies, and that's the first thing people are going to think of because that's what they see, or the Need for Speed.
Oh, yeah, Need
film.
for Speed.
Yeah, but I mean, like when
That was
you
a
look
great
at
game
this,
series.
when you look at this, and this
Pretty
is
good
like,
movie, too.
one scene in the movie was a car chase, but like you have like Smokey and the Bandit. The whole movie
Yeah.
is just a car chase, and
Or
it's good.
the Blues Brothers car chase.
Yes, that
Is wild.
Well, the opening one where they're driving through the mall is great.
Yeah.
It's great.
The car stunts in that movie that would just be there for a second, like they're driving down the road and they do a 180 brake slide to park.
Yeah, yeah,
and they just get out and walk. Like it's so good.
yeah. But I mean, like those. I think those are sorely.
That's
Go
a
ahead,
good.
Nate. Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, car
great.
chasing. Oh, Spaceballs. Love Spaceballs.
That's one of my favorites.
The opening scene of Beverly Hills Cop, where with the truck speeding
Oh
through the city in the back. That's a fantastic.
Well, it's like the old TV shows used to have like great car chase scenes. Like Hunter used to have one, and Chips.
How underrated is the show Hunter?
My God, it's such a great. I love that show.
It was just Dirty Harry for TV, and it's so good.
And you know who the bad guy in the first episode was?
Who?
Brian Dennehy.
Yeah.
The Silverado.
No way.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that show, Zazel? It's good.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Rick Hunter. He's the brother of Ace Hunter.
There was one episode where he lost his gun and had to use a 38 special, and he's just used to the 44 Magnum.
And if you notice, like in the first episode, like first season, he has like a weird gun. It's like weird. It doesn't look right. And then I think they give him that like 44.
They gave him
like
the
1911.
The cleanest
Yeah,
one.
it's like a weird, but it's a good show. Good detective show.
Yeah.
I think it's Nate's
Whose turn is it?
Yeah.
My turn. The Pest. Has anyone seen
Pest?
I love that movie.
Is that what's his name?
I love it.
Is that what's
Don
his name? The young
Luigi
Einstein guy. What's his name?
Luigi.
Yeah. Don Luigi Amo or Luigi Amo.
Oh, yes,
Sid the
yes.
Slut.
Yeah.
So my wife loves this movie.
It is so
I saw
funny.
not this image. I have to find the image that I saw, but they advertised this movie in comic books. And so when I saw the advertisement for it, I was like, in a Marvel comic, I was like, what is this? I ended up having to get it on. I never saw it at the movies, but I saw it on VHS, and I thought it was great.
What is the
I've
premise of
watched
the
it
movie?
so many times. And again,
I'll read it out to you. All right. So Pasterio Pest Vargas is a scam artist and is being hunted down by the Scottish mafia as well as a German lunatic who needs to arrange a huge sum in less than 24 hours to save his life. But I don't know if that sells it or not. But it's a great movie. It's so funny.
I mean, he's being chased by a mob.
It's funny and it's weird. And, yeah.
Cannonball Run is classic.
Yeah. Pest, great pull. The Pest also reminds me of the era. Remember Joe's Apartment?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was also advertised in comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, are both of those MTV movies? MTV movies? Yeah, made by MTV. Yeah.
We know where you live. We live where you live.
Yeah.
That's got what's his name too from Sliders, right?
From Sliders.
No, that's the guy from Stand By Me.
Stand By Me.
Sliders. That's an underrated TV show. I think completely. That movie. Was good.
What about Super Mario Brothers?
My Secret Identity.
The movie.
I love that movie.
The original movie? No, I can't stand it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
good
with all due
recently, but it was
loved it.
okay.
Dennis Hopper and
So
the crew?
cool.
No, I'm sorry. No.
You're the first person I met that likes it, Nate. So that means the movie is overrated. But I do love that the boots, they're super jump boots. Those props were reused in Face Off as the magnetic prison boot.
Were they?
Yeah, same boots.
Huh.
Face Off was a great film. Nick Cage played a great character.
Yeah.
Do you know what movie really sucks? And it's off the back of a really great series of movies.
Mario Brothers
is Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
I think
Land of the
after,
Dead was so bad.
Which was the one with the kids that were partying in the cemetery? Was that two?
Wasn't that just Night of the Living Dead?
Mm-hmm.
Starts off in the cemetery.
No. There's there's the original one, right? The original black and white one. Then there was the one where it had the zombie in the oil drum and it breaks out.
Oh, that was a different. So that was Return of the Living Dead, I think.
Yeah. I think after that one they all kind of stink.
So what's interesting about the Living Dead series is that there were two creative people on it, and then they had disagreements of where they wanted the series to go, so they made two different series. So we've got Return of the Living Dead, and then you got Dawn of the Dead, and each one of them are very different in style. But yeah, Return of the Living Dead had a lot more titties in it than Dawn of the Dead.
There was like one scene, like it's like a girlfriend and a boyfriend. And the boyfriend got bit by a zombie, and he's like turning into a zombie, and he's like, "Oh, it hurts, and she goes, "Well, what can I do to make it better?" He's like, "Just let me eat your brains." And I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so stupid. Why am I watching this?"
That oil drum zombie thing, though, covered in just so cool.
Sick.
But I will say this to your point, Gaz, of why am I watching this? Only in the last 10 years has our culture been one that would turn off a movie. Back in our day, if you rented a movie, you were committed.
Exactly.
Like, this is the movie for tonight. We're watching it, good, bad, or ugly.
Yep.
We would never turn a movie off halfway through.
Yeah,
that's true. It's true.
Well,
there's only one movie I can say that.
Sorry, what was that, Joe?
There's only one movie I think I can.
I was just saying, I got to get going. I got to get my son to bed.
All right, man.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Thanks for joining us, Josh.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate
Hope
you.
I didn't break y'all's cameras with my ugly mug. I'm sorry.
Easy now.
Join us again.
Easy. You're welcome anytime, buddy.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody. Y'all have a good one.
Take it easy, brother.
Cheers, bud.
Take care.
You too, bud.
Bye.
What were you saying, Nate? It sounded super interesting.
What were we talking about?
You said you only have seen one movie you didn't like.
Oh yeah, I think I've only given up on one movie in my life, and that was Triple X: The Return of Xander Cage. I got about 45 minutes in. I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
I want to tell you guys that I gave up on a movie on Thursday night. I gave up. I was like, I'll give this Rebel Moon nonsense a try.
I watched it. I thought it was all right.
I couldn't.
It was okay.
Yeah, I got about 40 minutes into it. I was like, this is doing nothing for me.
I can tell you right now.
Stardust.
I can tell you right now that there was a lot. I mean, I know there's a lot of negative around it, but there was a lot of hype around it. So that's what got me in. And I really love science fiction films. So I watched it, and I was like, okay, but this doesn't feel like anything new. It doesn't feel like anything. It's interesting. No. The world is interesting. I can see the Star Wars connection because it was supposed to be a Star Wars movie. And I can
it was
see
a played out Western style theme where you got to build the town up for the invaders.
The Seven Samurai. It was the Seven Magnificent Seven. That's what it was, basically in space.
True.
Which I don't have a problem with. I like the premise. It's fun, but I just don't think to me it didn't live up to the hype. I thought, honestly.
Yeah, Predators is a bit. What about this? May get underrated. It might get accurately rated. But what about the movie Serenity?
Well, I think for that, I mean, I watched Serenity without watching Firefly,
Okay.
What?
right? So I never got into Firefly, but I liked Serenity as a
Underrated.
movie. I thought it was
Mm.
really good, so I went and watched Firefly, and even then I thought, well, this is great.
So the
I
problem,
don't know
Yeah,
why they
I
didn't-
loved Firefly.
Like, I don't
why,
know why they keep that show going because it was good.
Firefly's-
Yeah.
yeah, why
So
I think
good.
Serenity gets a little bit of a bad history is that I think when people either didn't know what Serenity was, so they didn't know what they were watching, or didn't know what Firefly was, so they didn't know what Serenity was, or people thought Serenity was going to fix everything, like they're going to tie it all up, end Firefly well,
Mm.
or is just another part of the story. So I don't
Yeah.
think it satisfied either people
I
that
don't-
people didn't know, but it's a great movie.
I don't like. I mean, it's all right to wrap it up, but they try to do the same thing with like the X-Files when they had the X-Files show going, and then they did
Yeah,
the movie to try
yeah.
to wrap it up, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
To wrap anything up, and it continued.
The only movie to ever wrap up a TV show, actually 2 TV shows perfectly, was Bionic Ever After.
Yes,
Okay.
but you know there was more than one TV miniseries, right?
Yeah, so
TV
Bionic
movie,
Ever
right?
After was the last one.
Yeah.
And the
I
second
have
one
them
has
all.
a very young Sandra Bullock in it.
Yes, she's supposed to be the new Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
Oh my
All
god!
right, I've got a hot take.
Yeah.
I've got a hot take. And I honestly, honest opinions on this one, but a hot take. The Matrix should have been one movie, one and done.
Agreed.
Yep. Or 3 good
Yeah.
ones.
Right.
To be, if I'm honest with you, anything I like the first one. The other 2 I could care less.
Yeah.
I could just watch that one and be like, oh, this is cool. Because after that, it becomes just a rip off of like the X-Men to me, basically.
Yeah, a little
also,
bit. Yeah.
The second and third and fourth Matrix movies were just trying
They had
to.
a fourth?
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
What was that one called?
Matrix Revisited or something?
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Resurrection?
Yeah, Matrix Resurrection, that's what it was. Came out like 5 years
Yeah.
ago. It was bad.
I have not seen it.
But it didn't really do anything interesting. Like it was okay to watch, but that was awesome.
Yeah.
Is Neo in it?
Yeah. Neo's in
always
it.
in it, yeah.
Trinity's in it. Lawrence Fishburne isn't, so they got another bald black man to be in it and play a version of Morpheus.
I have not seen it.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest with you, right? The Matrix, the first one was great, and they should have left it at that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been a sequel to it. But I know they planned on making like 3 movies because that was the thing, right? Make a trilogy. But
yeah, but they weren't good.
They weren't good. Like 2 and 3 were just basically, like you can see like where they got all the lore from, where the ideas from. And I don't have a problem with that stuff like that. But I just think the execution didn't come out. They relied too much on the same stuff they did in the first movie and all that stuff. And it was like, Neo's now Superman. I was like, if he's Superman in this world, why would you want to leave it? Right?
I agree.
Right.
Like if you know that you're, what's the alternative? You live in dirt.
Yeah, live in a cave with a bunch
Just
of other
stay
people.
plugged in. You know you're plugged in, so now you can rort the system now. And it's like, okay, well, fuck it, I'm gonna live in a mansion.
Right.
Yeah.
I can fly. This is all good.
But
I want
I'd
a
rather do
steak,
that than.
not
there
mushroom
was a Bruce
steak.
Campbell movie. There was a Bruce Campbell movie. I think it was called Power.com. And it was like, it came out before The Matrix. And it was very much a similar idea. I remember watching it and thinking it was hilarious.
You just brought up Bruce Campbell, so I got to bring up a Bruce Campbell movie that I think is sorely
Congo.
underrated. Sorry?
Congo.
Here we go. No.
Stop
Bubba Hotep.
eating my... Oh, Beppo Hotep, yes.
Bubba Hotep is
That is a
sorely
great
underrated.
movie.
Sorely
Hotep.
underrated.
Good.
Oh my god. I showed
is
that
he
to a
the
couple of
president?
friends of mine that never heard of it. Never heard of it. And I'm watching them. Like, you gotta love
It's
this.
so
They're like,
good.
they're looking at it and they hear the premise of the movie. They're like, this is gonna be stupid. I'm like, nope, you're gonna love it. And they watch it. Sure
It's
enough, at the end of the movie, they're like,
delightfully
this is
stupid.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Funnier than Bubba Hotep in that movie, or Elvis in that movie, is JFK. He's like,
Yeah. Yes.
They died.
Like I believe he is JFK. I believe
Oh
he
my
is.
god! And just the whole time, like it's like he's the Elvis impersonator, but he's not. He's actually Elvis who switched places with the greatest impersonator who died on the John, and now he's in an old age home.
Yeah.
Nobody believes
Such
him.
a
And
great premise.
He's got a problem with his dingo.
Can't get a frisky dingo going. Well, here we go.
Look at this. Bruce Campbell in Power.com.
Where's Bruce Campbell? It's Bill Campbell.
He's not on the cover, but
That's
his
the
name is.
Rocketeer.
Yeah, Billy Campbell and Bruce
wow.
Campbell.
I'm
And
gonna
this
have
is
to watch this.
Yeah,
Rocketeer was underrated.
Oh, definitely underrated.
yeah. How hilarious is that? Power.com.
Now I'm gonna see this now. I gotta look this one up.
Yeah. The information highway just got deadlier.
What was that one with Sandra Bullock?
The Net.
That line doesn't even make sense.
The Net. That was good.
Yeah.
The Net was actually pretty good. I liked Lawnmower Man too.
Yeah,
To be fair.
pretty good.
It's neat to
It's-
watch
it's
those
a tough
early
watch.
90s movies to see what they thought the internet was going to be. Remember that movie
Yeah.
with Bruce Willis and Demi Moore, where they were like lawyers, and she was like charging him with like sexual assault, but then like, what was it called? Anyways.
Indecent Proposal.
No, not Indecent Proposal,
No.
but along that line and area of movies. But he put on virtual reality goggles and would go into the computer, and he had like
Oh, yes. Yes, I do know that one.
looking through files. Was that how they thought you're going to
Yes.
your computer?
Yeah. Oh, what was that one? Dreamcatcher. Going through
Yeah.
files, and he was getting rid of all those memories and stuff.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Hackers. Remember Hackers?
Oh, Hackers. Was
Yeah, Hackers was good.
Oh, how
Was
good.
that,
Well, was it-
that had
was it-
Angelina Jolie, right? Hackers?
Was it Mortal Thoughts? Is that the name of the movie?
No, it wasn't Mortal Thoughts. It was like a legal term.
That's the only one that's coming up. You sure Bruce Willis was in it?
No, it was not Bruce Willis. It was Michael Douglas, I think.
Oh, okay. You did say Bruce Willis.
I didn't mean
Say
to.
Bruce Willis.
Well,
Michael
you
Douglas.
said it.
I didn't mean
Demi
to.
Moore was huge back in the day.
Disclosure. It was called Disclosure.
Disclosure.
Oh yeah. How great is the movie Ghost? Speaking of Demi Moore, I
It's
like that
alright.
movie Ghost. It's so good.
It's all right.
So,
I was wanting some more busting, but
More
Yeah.
busting. I like the Ghostbusters.
a little bit
show
more
up.
busting.
They bust Patrick Swayze.
right
Like,
in the
sorry,
middle of
man.
Melody.
Right where he's like helping her with do the pottery, and they just like kick the door in.
And
Excuse me,
Pretty
man.
cool.
Don't
They
worry,
got
man.
the ghost
Take care
trap
of
in
the
the pottery in the lump of clay.
Yeah.
We're scientists. Playing the piano, they hate this.
Debbie,
I hate that
Debbie,
sound.
Debbie
Trying to
Moore's
think of
just left there like covered in ectoplasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Egon's like,
Guys,
Egon's
I'll
like,
say
he's
this.
like,
we on our our demographic of guys loves to hate on Ghostbusters too. I think it's underrated. I think
oh,
I like
it's a great
Ghostbusters.
movie.
I was just
I-
gonna say Ghostbusters 2 is underrated. I
I
think it's a great
cannot-
film.
I cannot watch Ghostbusters without watching Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
I
you
have
watch
to watch
Yeah.
them both. I have to watch
So-
them together.
For me, it's Ghostbusters 1 and 2 I gotta watch together. Terminator 1 and 2 I gotta watch together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Die
Alien and Aliens.
for me it's Die Hard and Die Hard 2. I watch those together all the time.
I love Die Hard 2. I think that's totally
Yeah.
underrated.
Yeah,
I think
totally
Die Hard
underrated.
2. Yeah, definitely underrated. Speed 2.
My wife and I
Accurately rated. It's shit.
my wife and I every year when we wrap Christmas gifts all in one night, we watch Die Hard 1 and 2 after we wrap gifts.
I just watched Speed.
Speed's great.
That's a good movie.
Beta Ray Bob's got an idea for us to a follow up on this. We should do a theme where it's not a great movie, but they had great soundtrack, like
All right.
Silver and Doom
I'm
Generation.
down for that. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Don't forget Ghostbusters 1975. The
Jet
original.
Jet Li's the one had a great soundtrack if you like new metal.
But I think it's a sorely
yeah.
underrated movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
That movie's good.
Yeah,
That movie's good.
Yeah.
So I
What
think
about
of
the
one.
soundtrack to Spawn? That had a great soundtrack.
Yeah. I wanted to love Spawn so much.
I know you wanted
Yeah,
to
it's-
like
yeah.
it. Right?
I was so excited for it.
I think I was the right age. I loved Spawn.
Yeah.
That was. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of hype.
I think it's
a lot of-
okay.
I think there's a lot of hype behind it because you had all the Image guys, right, and all the Image
Yeah.
comics behind it. And with Spawn coming out, the thought was, shit, we're gonna get a Wildcats movie or
Yeah.
Cyberforce
Right.
movie.
Yes,
'cause
Grifter in real life. Ooh.
Yeah, ooh, that would be sweet, right? So I'm trying to think of a movie. I'm trying to think one. I know it was mentioned in the comments. I think Lilith brought it up. Hawk the Slayer.
Hawk the Slayer, yeah.
What a completely underrated film that was.
Yeah. I love.
Did you guys? Before I forget,
only I've only seen.
I'm gonna write it down before I forget. Fuck's sake.
Two Hawkins, man. Can you guys coordinate here, please? Us in the North American continent got it worked out pretty good.
She should. She should make a remake of that movie. Just call it Hawk the Slayer, but have her star in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The
love
Hawk
all
Tour
those
girl.
like Italian Conan ripoffs. They're
Solves
all
all
great.
the problems by spitting on that fang.
Oh man, I was gonna say, have you guys seen the series? I think it's called The Max.
Yeah, that was
was based on a
MTV
comic.
production. Yeah,
Yeah.
It
MTV
was
production.
so good, so good.
Now this
It's a
is
freaky comic, bro.
this is a mini series, but where do you guys stand on V?
Oh, I love V.
Yeah, I
absolutely
like
love
V. Yeah,
Loved it as a
I liked Alien Nation as a series too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I have to admit I watch V like a couple of times a year.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch the series and then the final battle.
I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When Michael Ironside shows up, all fun starts to happen.
Yeah. Do you guys remember a TV show that was out in like late 80s? It was maybe around for 1 or 2 seasons, and it was an alien. And it was a dude who was like a human-looking alien, and he had a little flying alien buddy with him.
Oh, what was that?
I don't think so.
Remember they went to Disneyland in one episode, and the little guy disguised himself as a balloon.
I do know what you're talking about, but I cannot for the life of me remember what that was called.
Yeah. And what was that show that had Warwick Davis in it?
Oh, Willow.
No. It was called Wizard or something.
Leprechaun?
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember a while back you guys were going to discuss G.I. Joe characters of your own creations, like toys
Right.
you would want to have as a kid, but they
Oh,
never
we-
made.
we never did it.
We never did it.
No.
We never did that show. We should do that.
We'll do it.
We definitely
Yeah,
We'll
we
have
should
you on,
do it.
Grayson. You can come on in with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm inviting you onto somebody else's show.
Oh, you're
I do
you're,
remember-
you're a member of the show, buddy. You
Yeah,
all
that's
are.
right. All right, Grayson, you're gonna come in. So next week I'm gonna be sky high, so I won't be able to do a stream next week. The week after that, I think I'm also sky high, but on the return. So I guess after that we'll kick off RonCon.
Yeah.
And as
Guys, Ron is
if-
dangerously close.
it's closer than I thought it was going to be. Like I thought I would have. Yeah, it would make a great O Ring a Bell episode too. True. We'll piggyback. We'll pick it with double episode. We'll start off with some
also need to let
ORAB.
you know that due to a birthday party that my daughter went to, Stroke of Genius, and we're going to be doing at RonCon an evening at a place in town called Goblins and Goblets, where we're going to be
Nice.
we're going to be hiring a dungeon master to take us through a Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
Ooh,
Oh, brilliant.
ooh,
Nice.
that sounds fun.
Oh, it's going to be so. So we got a fun packed few
Yeah.
days of RonCon happening. We're going to announce soon, probably on the next live stream after I come back. We're going to announce dates. We're going to announce locations, and if you guys can make it to RonCon, that'll be great. RonCon will be literally from its beginning will lead right up into Joe Fest, So it's going to be great.
Wait, that's all white screen. Look at the bottom of the list.
Let me have a look. Solo.
Misfits of
Oh
Science.
yeah, Max Headroom. Nice.
Misfits of Science. What a great show that was. I'm trying to
Yeah.
find that.
So if anyone is able to make it to RonCon, it is an open event for anyone that wants to come down and check it out just for fun.
Yes.
It is a fun-filled, no drama, absolutely friendly environment for everyone to show up and have fun. It is we're going to put the fun in RonCon. Yeah, that
We're
makes
gonna put
sense.
the fun back in Funeral.
Perfect. Yes.
And
I'll bring the car.
and don't worry. If your name's not Ron, you are still welcome at RonCon. We will
That's
have
right.
a legal team on standby with the paperwork to legally change your name to Ron.
For the day.
Exactly.
So everyone,
Exactly.
everyone's Ron at RonCon.
We're like the traveling Wilburys. We'll all be like Adam Ron and Nate Ron
We
and
are
Gazz
all
Ron.
Ron. Please be Ron.
Yeah.
We are Ron. We are aliens from another planet named Ron.
Like I did not anticipate it was going to be so close. Like we are real close.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start letting everyone know where we're gonna be, what we're gonna do. Where is RonCon, Peter Ray Bob? It's gonna be in Canada.
Yep. Just
but
outside
it
of the
all-
GTA, that helps you.
Yeah. So it's Canadian, but who knows where it's going to be next year or the year after. RonCon is anywhere you want it to be, but in this time it's in Canada. But like I said, we're bringing RonCon on the road, and we will be hitting Joe Fest. It's not going to interfere with Joe Fest. We're not a kind of group that might try and change a name of something.
Yeah.
Hostile takeover.
Yeah, no hostile takeovers.
RonCon leads to Joe Fest.
Yeah.
That's right. And then Joe Fest is going to be brilliant. Gaz and I might not remember Joe Fest by the end of it.
If you see this bus driving through your town, it's probably us.
All right, hang on. That's us. We'll be driving the Happy Hotel.
Yeah.
The Happiness RonCon Hotel. If you see us riding through your town, just jump on board.
Hey, Nate, what you got there? Little sign? Morons.
Yeah, I've been handed a note.
We need morons.
We need
Brilliant.
morons.
That is brilliant. I assume that was Kimbo.
RonCon, where dreams are made.
Yeah, the whole Fandom Power podcast is invited up to the Dungeons and Dragons Night West.
I'm gonna make.
We need a T-shirt that says "Morons at RonCon." Make it a T-shirt.
Yeah,
Morons at RonCon.
I just gotta let you guys know that at this Dungeons and Dragons place called Goblins and Goblins we're going to, they got these things called extreme milkshakes, and so
okay,
they're huge. But like, there's a brownie one where it's a milkshake and they jam brownie on the top. There's one that's a creamsicle one, and they jam a creamsicle in the top of the milkshake.
Nice. I think that's the one I'm gonna get.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Nice.
You do know that.
I'll get medium banana.
You do know that when we're at this Dungeons and Dragons thing, and me and Zazel create characters, it's gonna be Sergeant Slaughter and Ace Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
No, it's great.
Our tag team name is Ace Slaughter.
Yeah.
Or Slaughter Hunter.
I saw more.
Or more morons.
More morons. I like that one.
Morons at RonCon. I love it. crochet that for us into something.
Nate, I'm also thinking, brother, if you can't be here physically, we can FaceTime you in and have you play D&D with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, that would be so cool. Yes,
You and
please.
Kimbo.
Hey, can you crochet one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crochet us
You could.
Like my daughter played D&D today at that place for one of her friend's birthday party, and she's like, "Yeah, there's a bunch of bards and warriors." And I said, "Did you mention Long Nama?" And she's like, "They wouldn't know who Long Nama is, but we are definitely going to mention Long Nama in our game."
Nice.
Yes, please do. We need to get Long Number out there.
Yeah, make it happen.
Everyone needs to know Long Norma.
Long Norma.
What's Long Norma?
What?
I don't know what it is.
Good stuff.
Oh, here we go. Okay. Joe Fan, I'll check it out. Let's have a look.
Out of context, just read that sentence, not knowing what G.I. Joe is about.
Says all. I sent you a funny picture with that big Duke I did at Christmas.
You should have described a Santa hat on his big Duke.
Yeah, it's a big Duke with a Christmas hat. All right, where's the Zen? We'll get all the boys.
Yeah.
Heroic Nonsense will also be joining us at RonCon. So we'll see who else is. I'm trying to remember who else is going to be there.
At RonCon, we welcome Dukes of any size.
Yeah, any size Dukes. Don't worry about it. Put up your Dukes. We'll be in the men's room.
Welcome. Everyone's welcome, even Hydro Viper fans.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find every loose Hydro Viper helmet I can find at Joe Fest.
Yeah, Zazel, I did that 2 years ago, and Gazz threw them away. Threw them.
I knocked them out of your hand. No.
Fair enough.
I have a great idea for an event at RonCon if you're interested.
I'm in.
You find everyone who is named Ron, right? You cram them into a small facility, like a cage or whatever, and then you rile them up, get them all mad, and then you open the doors, and all the Rons will run out, and everyone's got to run away from the Ron. That's the running of the Rons.
Yes.
The running of the
Ron. Yes. Done. All right, that sounds good.
Oh, which one of the first to fall?
My little runaway.
Yeah.
You need to make a Facebook.
Get them angry by it. Yeah. Get them all riled up and angry by showing them videos of people doing woodwork wrong.
Is it with or against the grain?
Yeah, I think, and at the end of every night of RonCon, we need to prank call or try and prank call a celebrity Ron.
I was thinking, what if we start a Facebook page to say Ron's Meet, and then we just try and get all the Rons to meet at RonCon.
I should make sure you spell it
Ron's
properly.
Meet. No. Incorrect spelling only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring your Dukes.
I'll
Show us your Duke.
The big Duke I'd made at Christmas time.
All right. That is funny. All right, fellas, let's leave it there. We'll be back in a few weeks to talk about more giant Dukes at Christmas. Christmas-themed giant Dukes. That's so good. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to leave a like. We'll be back in a few weeks. I'll have some stories to tell, I'm sure. Maybe some show and tell. And then we'll kick off with a fist like the Flash. Kicking with a fist like the Flash. We'll be back with RonCon, Road to RonCon, with the Flying Grayson, who will be joining us for that episode to talk about what action figure line would have been better as an O-ring, I think is the premise.
Actually, what we could do on O-Ring a Bell, you could tell me about the G.I. Joe toys that they made that nobody wanted, and then on Gazz and Zazz, you talk about the toys that you wanted that never got made.
And all those toys have one thing in common. Nate will give it a 10 out of 10.
Give him a
10 out of 10.
Big O 10.
Big O.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, everyone.
Fun.